Gloucester City media here with manager James Rowe after the side's 4-4 draw with Bradford Park Avenue at home. James, could we just start with your opinions straight after the match, please?
Yeah, good advert for the league. 8 goals scored. Obviously disappointed to concede 4, but credit to Bradford. They played their part. I think the last minute of the game summed up the game. It's credit to both players because it's very hard, adverse weather conditions. I thought it was played with good spirits, a lot of commitment, but the last 30 seconds to a minute sums up the game for me. We could have scored, and then obviously they've countered, and they could have scored. But again, to leave 1v1 at the back there at the end, we could go on and win it, but you don't lose it in those circumstances. And I think that's the bit we've got to learn. We've got to learn quickly. We've got some experienced lads in there, and we shouldn't be leaving 1v1 at the back just in that scenario, for example. But I could go through the whole game, and the professionalism out of possession wasn't good enough, and that's why we conceded 4.
And what's the feeling in the dressing room? Do you feel like you've gained a point, or do you feel disappointed that you've missed out on all 3?
We're disappointed because you're 3-1 up. The ball's gone up for a goal kick, and we've played quick when we shouldn't have, and they've scored the second one. And then you come in 3-2 when really you shouldn't, because we've had quadruple final third entries, quadruple shots. I think they had 3 shots at half time, we had 12. And it then makes for, they're obviously coming in on a high, and before you know it, the other side of half time they've scored a goal from range, what I need to see before that. But the lads shouldn't be getting a shot off because we're gone in the back 5 there, and George's got to come out and spring out there. But it's not just George, it's a team collective. We have to defend better. And the strike for the 4th goal from them is a great strike when it's come across. So credit to the lad, the right back coming on there and scoring. But again, to come back from the adversity and go 4-3 down, we mustn't be over the top with it. We're top of the league from where we've come from, so we have to take the positives. Again, we're still unbeaten, and we scored 4 goals at home. But we need to be a bit more professional out of position, and their players know that themselves.
2 goals from Aquasi today. He was awarded man of the match. Can you just touch on his performance today?
Yeah, it was good. I thought Matty alongside him was good as well as a partnership, and obviously Mensah scoring again as a front 3 to score 4. They're doing their part, but they have to defend better from the front as well. We're too loose. It's the small details, and we spoke about it yesterday, which is disappointing because we said our attitude needs to be better out of possession, and it wasn't again today. But we'll put it right, there's no doubt about that. We've got great characters in there, and they know themselves, they're kicking themselves. But it's a point, another point towards the target of what we want. And we mustn't be too negative about it because, again, we're top of the league, we're unbeaten, and we go into the derby match in good condition.
So conceded first in both halves. Do you think that's down to a slow start or just good football from Bradford?
It's a slow start. Yeah, it's a slow start because the first goal was a corner that we worked on yesterday, where we know they have 2 out for the corner, and I think that's crossed it and it's gone straight in. It's a great delivery because obviously you're aiming for the back post that's gone in. Keeper can do nothing about that, but I think the goal after half time, like I've just touched on before, is we have to spring out and put pressure on there. It's a great strike. I need to see it again where it's ended up in the net, but it's disappointing from our end. But Bradford, if you ask Bradford manager that question, he'd be delighted with the start. So it's both ways, isn't it?
You mentioned the derby match with Hereford. How much does an emphasis does this result put on that game now?
No, it's another game for us towards where we want to be. We're still learning. I said this in my interviews. We mustn't get carried away and listen to the noise on the outside. We're unbeaten. We played some good stuff again today, but out of possession we need to be better and do the ugly side better, which we will. I'm sure we'll put it right. There's no doubt about that.
Cheers, James.